The next story is How Chipmunk Got His Stripes. Now this genre is a folk tale. A folk tale is a story that's told over time. So your grandparents told it to you, but their grandparents told it to them, and their mom told it to them. So it goes on and on down the line. They usually have a little lesson on them, a moral to the story too. So our essential question for this one is think about how can stories help you learn a lesson? How can stories help you learn a lesson? So it might be better to think about what story helped you learn a lesson. So go ahead and push pause and play so that you can have time to check your answer. Think of how a story can help you learn a lesson. And then push play when you're ready to check. Okay, the brain stretch for today is a riddle. Why couldn't the bear find enough honey in Baltimore? Why couldn't the bear find enough honey in Baltimore? You can push pause and play if you need more time. There's only one bee in Baltimore. Get it? Because it takes lots of bees to make honey. Okay, so listen and learn. Today we are going to make new words by adding sounds to the end of words. So we're going to say the word wash. Now add ing and say the new word would be washing. Say walk. Now add ing, and what would you have? Walking. Okay, so for the rest of them, I want you to try it before you check. So if you say it right away, you don't need to push pause and play, but otherwise, go ahead and push pause and then play to check your answer. Say camp, now add ing. Camping. Say hop, now add ing. Hopping. Say joke, now add ing. Joking. Say play, now add ing. Playing. Say look, now add ing. Looking. Say dream, now add ing. Dreaming. If you got those, give yourselves a pat on the back. Our new words for this week are afraid, dark, kept, might. You try it. Toby is afraid of spiders. The dark cave is home to thousands of bats. Kelsey kept her stuffed animals on a shelf. The weatherman said it might rain today. Now look at the word weatherman. That looks like a really long word, but if you break it down, weather and man, it's not as bad. Here are the review words for this week. Many, for, own, show, why, would. Say all the everyday words in a chipmunk voice. So whatever you think a chipmunk voice might sound like, I want you to practice saying these words. And also go ahead and read these sentences too. And when you could read with fluency, then go ahead and go to next part. So push pause, practice reading this whole page until you can read it fast, and then push play for the next page. Our target vocabulary preview, we've got the bus drove through a long dark tunnel. The bus drove through a long dark tunnel. The chipmunk curled up in his nest of leaves. The chipmunk curled up in his nest of leaves. The bear stood up to his full height of 7 feet. The bear stood up to his full height of 7 feet. We saw a bee flying in the direction of that old tree. We saw a bee flying in the direction of that old tree. Should we walk toward the setting sun? Should we walk toward the setting sun? Vinny's cut healed in just a couple of weeks. Vinny's cut healed in just a couple of weeks. Dad liked to brag about the big fish he caught in the stream. Dad liked to brag about the big fish he caught in the stream. It isn't nice to tease or make fun of someone. Now remember, when we have vocabulary words, I always said if it's offset by commas, that means if there's something in between the commas right after the word, that means the same thing. So tease means or make fun because there's a comma here and a comma at the end. So everything inside the commas tells you what tease means. Tease means to make fun. That's very helpful when you are taking tests to know that. You can just look for the commas. Okay, go ahead and practice reading these sentences until you could read them with fluencies. You shouldn't be saying the bus drove through. But when you can read them quickly, the bus drove through a long dark tunnel. That's reading with fluency. Then I want you to go to the next page. When a word ends with a silent E, we usually take off the E before adding ing or ed. So this is a little spelling tip. This will help you with your spelling. So if it ends with the E, like skate, we can't hear the E in skate. So you would take it off and then add ing, take this one off and then add ed, because you wouldn't have E and then ed. You wouldn't have two E's there. Watch as these words have shape. These words have ed and ing added. Then read all the words. So here we've got chase. Oh, we're on this one. Skate, skated. Now they took off the E and added ing. So here we took off the E and added ed, take off the E, add ing. Chase, chased, chasing. Practice saying that. Chase, chased, chasing. Okay, the next one, I want you to read it while they change it. Shape, shaped, shaping. Hope, hoped, hoping. Like, liked, liking. Tape, taped, taping. Race, raced, racing. Hike, hiked, hiking. Okay, so remember that you take off the E and then you add ed, or you take off the E and add ing.